Perhaps you've come from afar. Perhaps you're checking in with us live because we do this every day at 1 p.m. and it is not getting boring. We are not slowing down. We are moving forward. And we've got a little bit of structure. We're adding a little bit of structure because, firstly, it's nice to have, and it's nice for us to organise and plan as well. Both myself and Becky, a camerawoman behind the camera, have other day jobs to do as well. So it's good for us to kind of plan it and be a bit more productive and be a bit more organisation. You want to come through? You want to go to lunch? That's absolutely fine, Tessa. Carry on through. I am purposely in the way of the front of the building, so we can get people on camera and we can perhaps say hello and we can find out a little bit more about what they're having for lunch. But so yeah, episode 46. We've come a long way, and today is going to be what are we saying?
Product test drive. So showcasing one product in particular.
Showcasing one product in particular every Tuesday, and of course we will do the customer engagement as well. You guys can check in. You can ask me questions, because if you're just joining us for the first time, perhaps you think, what is this all about? What is this show about? This is about the story of JLC Distribution. We are an IT distribution company based in the UK, out of Bristol, and we have been here for 14 years now. And we've got an entity in the Netherlands as well, which we do similar things. We distribute IT peripherals, IT products, all of that stuff, and we are an ever-evolving business. My role is sales. I'm head of new business, account director. I work exclusively with IT resellers, and I also work with up and coming vendors as well, manufacturers that want to work with us. And it is a forever learning and evolving job. Sales is always it's a very delicate ecosystem upstairs that we've manufactured and we've cultivated together. We've got a big group upstairs, a decent sized quality group. We've got 10 sales, and we're all from different backgrounds as well. So if you've got questions or anything like that, perhaps you're just starting early on your sales career. We've spoke about previously
Someone coming in.
Come on, someone coming in. Here we go. Here we go, Emma.
Thank you.
No problem. It's a little bit unfair. I understand not everyone wants to be on camera, but they have no choice when they walk in through the front door. So maybe we might. I've just seen Nat and Liv gone in the back office, so maybe we'll hold out. Did we let everyone know that we were using it for our product testing?
I did put it in the group chat, I think. Yeah.
That's all right. That's okay. Look. So previously I've spoken about the six steps of sales engagement as well. So if you've got any questions about your sales career or anything like that, perhaps please let me know. This is a forever evolving business. We've got people that are dotted all over in the UK. We've got people in the Netherlands as well. So we're all from different backgrounds. We're all growing together and we're all learning together. We're all learning how to evolve and take this business to the next level. One of the ways that we're doing that actually recently is we're bringing on new vendors, new brands. We're working with guys called Europa. They do scanners. So when I'm walking around in the real world and I'm looking at, and I'm always like interested, and I go into if the missus takes me to Dunelm, or I go in to do my local shop and I see things like that, I am seeing scanners so much more now. And I don't know whether that's just because we're starting to sell them, but I'm a lot more aware of them. But I think the scanner on the mobile computer will take over from the smartphone. The smartphones are historically very expensive. The scanners, I feel like, can offer a wider range of solutions in terms of accessibility, in terms of scanning, maybe sort of infantry, things like that. And I just think it offers a wider range than the smartphone can. So yeah, we're working with Europa. We've got Blackview as well. Blackview, an up and coming rugged device manufacturer. They do smartphones, they do tablets, they do accessories as well. So you got your phones and you got your watches as well. So they're one to look out for. So yeah, we're establishing all these new relationships and cultivating them, and being able to distribute them from our warehouses in the UK and the Netherlands is going to put us in a prime position to take this business to the next level.
Kelly has a question.
Fantastic.
Do you feel the QR codes are also the way forward?
Do I think QR codes the way forward? Do you know what? So I was at a networking event not too long ago, and somebody I know this is a very two-dimensional way of describing the QR code, but somebody just gave me, they were like, oh, I was speaking with him, and he was a vendor manager, or I think he was in a I think he might have been a competitor, you know, but whatever, it's fine, it's all good. And he's like, oh, I'm like, oh, let me share your details. And he just gave me a little QR code, and I just scanned it, and it had all of his information on there. So I mean, that's just a very basic way of being able to share a lot of data, a lot of information very quickly by just simply pressing and holding your camera at it. I think they're quite useful in terms of, you know, a restaurant, I think, but there's something slightly impersonal about it. When you go to a restaurant, or you go to like a bar or something like that, I don't know, it's nice to know, you know, what the local drinks are. Certainly if you're not from the area, like what's your favorite food. A QR code, it doesn't, I'm not sure. Tell me what you guys think. Cal, what do you think? I mean, QR codes, I think they've got their place. Cal?
Yeah and no, because QR codes are quite easy to scan, especially like with the new apps that you get on your phone. All you've got to do is just push it and it's bam, all the information on your phone ready.
So it's a lot quicker, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. You're going out. That's fine. We might take this into the warehouse now. Let's get out of the way.
Beak would like to know.
Hello, Beak.
Who got the best result out of Power Hour today?
Who got the best result out of Power Hour today? Do you know what? I need to look. I think I did pretty well. But if I was to guess, it would probably be our Liv.
She does always win.
She does always win, doesn't she? She absolutely smashes through the calls. And I used to think, go on.
Sorry, but we just have a really important question from James.
Go on, fire away.
Do you prefer paperless menus or like a leather-bound menu?
Okay, obviously leather-bound menus have their place, but obviously paper menus I kind of respect. I'm from stationery as well, so I can respect a decent high GSM paper. We're talking anything over 100 GSM. My stationers out there will know what I'm talking about. 120 GSM is premium paper. It doesn't beat it. But leather bound combined with a high GSM paper, maybe with a watermark as well, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm just showing off my history there with stationery. But yeah, I think both have their scenarios. For example, if you go to like a good steakhouse, you know, I think a leather bound menu would accommodate and fit in just nice. Maybe if you were going to a speakeasy or something like that, a nice water stained, I am going off on one now, a nice water stained menu, I think would be in keeping with the scenario. Is there a back and forth going on?
A little bit, just everyone, they're loving your response to that.
Hey, look, I could talk about paper used to be the stationer's bread and butter back in the day, and I feel like to a point the IT distributor, the IT reseller is modern day stationers. The way that we consume technology is similar to the way that we consume stationery back in the day when there weren't PCs. And I'm not speaking like I know the era, but of course I'm very aware of the history. And yeah, the way that we consumed stationery back then is the way that we can kind of consume smart tech now, and certainly become with more affordable technology. You know, with the webcams, headsets. Everyone went through a load of those during the pandemic for obvious reasons, and then with smartphones becoming the price that they are. I remember when smartphones first became available on the market, they were thousands of dollars, and now you know you're looking at a smartphone that can do what no one could have even dreamt for a fraction of the price. You know, sub £100, some of them. So yeah, the way that we consume technology is pretty scary, and I feel like we are modern day stationers here. I think that to a point, I'd say that was an accurate assumption. But hey, it's only my. I didn't speak to know everything, guys, and it's just my take on this ever evolving business.
James says you can't get a good steak from a QR menu. Yeah.
I agree. That's good. Because if they had good steak, you'd want to talk about and shout about a Q steak. I feel like Kay said, I think it can save a lot of time. But if you've got something to shout about, then shout about it. Don't put it on a QR. I mean, there's definitely something in that. And as well, people consumed information, and I just feel like it wouldn't create a mark at all. You know, if I was engaging with someone, like, hey, like here are my details, like hey, here's my QR code. Like, what person? You're not going to remember me. You're not going to remember. I don't even remember. I mean, I only remember him because it was like, oh, it's QR code. It's kind of cool. But aside from that, I wouldn't. So maybe there is something in that.
What GSM are we using down here in these pages?
I expect it's probably just a basic 80 GSM. Let's have a look. Are we looking at a GSM paper? We probably are, aren't we? 80 GSM.
You got it right.
80. It's standard. It's a standard office use. Is the back office ready? Are we ready for our product dive now? Have we got any questions before we go?
James says everyone needs to double tap the screen right now because you hit that like button.
Guys, look, as well, if you're there, if you're here, you're watching and you're liking it, it's you supporting us. This is ever for all. Oh my God, I'm so Tez back. Of course, it is lunchtime. It happens every day at lunchtime, so of course this is gonna happen quite a bit. And guys, any support? We've currently got just over 17,500 subscribers on YouTube as well. So please do like, do comment, do share as well. It does support us massively. And look, we're just evolving as well. And we're just a small SME. We're looking to get to the big leagues as well. And I feel like certainly feel like that this is one of the routes to do it. And it's just to create a little bit more personal touch for the business as well. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Should we? Let's do it. Let's go back into the back office. This is a familiar site. This is normally where we do it, but we're gonna take you into the back office and we're gonna focus on one product and one product alone.
Everyone's saying they find it disgusting when people use a QR code in restaurants.
The office is taken. QR. Yeah, no, it is disgusting. It is, because all right, I'm going into it. So you have a very small chance to make an impression. I claim to know the hospitality, but I claim to know how to make an impression on a customer. I feel like you have a chance. You have a very small window, and when you have something.
The room is now free.
The room is now free. It's fine. But I'll continue with what I'm saying though. So you have a very small chance. You have something that your customer wants. For example, they're hungry. They want to eat. So they will read off a menu. They will tell you what you like. You as a waiter, waitress have an important chance to make an impression and make your restaurant stand out from everyone else. And using a QR, and you can take that and apply this to a lot of things. I think using a QR removes that, and I think we're all here for such a short period of time on this planet, breathing, and why aren't we not talking with one another and making impressions? And that's all I'll say. The QR beef. Yeah, I said it. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion coming from a tech company, but hey, who knows? Look at this. Look at this, guys.
Look at this setup.
This is a lovely setup. Right here, let's dive into it, okay? Because I always think, obviously, tablets, great. They revolutionize, and they're perfect as well. They've come a long way. But here we've got our 360 wireless keyboard case. It comes in a pretty basic box, just simple packaging. It just protects it in transit. But that's not what we're interested in. We're interested in the actual product itself. So as you can see it here, we've already got our iPad 10.2 in it. And it basically enables us to have a laptop fully functioning. This is a super slim, easy to carry. It's rugged as well, so you're covering all the basics, covering all the corners. It's basically everything you want. You've just got a small laptop here now. So what we turned our iPad into a fully functioning laptop. And should we want to keep it as such, we can bend it up like that, and it just works still. So we can still use it. We can still use it as the iPad that it was intended to. Maybe you can watch Netflix. Maybe you can show somebody in your class. Maybe you're working as surveyors. We get more often than not we get a lot of visibility on where these products go, and we know what kind of sectors they go into, which actually helps us which allows us to manipulate and bring in stock that we know will sell because we know other product or other sectors are using this. So this is a great product, and actually look, we've just a little bit of an extra flex here. We've combined it with our JLC Digi stylus pen. This is the Apple Pen alternatives. It comes with a little. Let's get it flaring for you. Come on, work for me. There we go. It's got a little Digi. Can we see it? Yeah. It's a little bit of a flex. We like it. We love it. We sell a lot of them.
What does it say on the screen? Just the percentage left of power?
Yeah, so it will tell you what's left in the power. So and because this is it charges alongside there as well. That's nice. But yeah, that is the two products we want to focus on. This is a brilliant product as well. We sell a lot of these to go into education, of course. When you're looking at the Apple Pen itself, remember these products were born for retail. They were born for consumers like you and I. And perhaps you and I might go out and buy an Apple Pen. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're looking at buying 100, 500, 1,000 for your one-to-one schools for children, for educational use, all of a sudden that becomes quite an expensive purchase. All of a sudden that becomes quite an expensive risk. And when you're looking at risk and you're looking at spending that large amount of money, you need to make sure that you're looking at other options that will fit that bill. Because more often than not, you don't need your students or whoever you're giving these products to have the full versatility of the main Apple product will have. A lot of the features, a lot of the functions that the main Apple product will have, you won't need for all of your staff or all of your students. And we meet the basic demand, if not more. Sometimes we offer more resolution, more option. So when you're thinking about, and the Apple keyboards, for example, are so much more, they can be such an expense. And certainly when you're looking at 100 or 500. So it's good to offer alternatives. We offer alternatives. And today we focused on the Apple Pen, the DigiPen as well, which is available through all of your, through any reseller that you work with. Perhaps if you're an end user looking at this, go to your reseller, ask for the JLC DigiPen. More often than not, it is very likely they will work with us already because we already cover the majority of the resellers here in the UK. And of course, as well, we've got our 360 keyboard case as well. That's available for the iPad 10th gen, the iPad 9th gen as well, although we're about to say goodbye to that one, I expect. And also a lot of the iPad minis. Not to mention, we do a lot of legacy products as well. So all the old iPads as well that's still in circulation, we haven't forgotten about you, and we still cater for you. We're not like a lot of those other disties that wash their hands as soon as the new products come out. No, we still have legacy stock available.
Does the DigiPen work with the Apple products or Samsung as well? Or
that's a great question. So no, it works with it as long as it's so. With the DigiPen, it doesn't require you to connect via Bluetooth. So as long as it has an electric pulse running through it. So as long as your tablet has a glass LCD and is ready to work with any pen, this will work with it. More often than not, it works with most of them. But I would urge just to check, just to be sure. There's always new devices coming out that we can't always say like, oh, okay, it will work with the new Zebra, because there's a lot of big ones out there, you know, a lot of Zebras like Eurovas, a lot of those new ones coming out. Blackview, for example, we're still working with, so we need to do all of the quality control and testing and things like that. But that's a good question, but predominantly yes, it will.
Real, there isn't any more questions at the moment. Let me just check back through.
Was there a lot of back and forth about the
QR code was really causing some upset in the comments.
Well, do you know what? I stand by what I said. The QR code takes but the QR code wasn't meant. Why? Well, that's a good question. Why was the QR code designed? I mean, you could say the QR code was designed for companies to get all of your information out onto your phone, so you have all of their information, just so you don't have to take time. And so I guess it was a time-saving function now. I mean, if you look at QR code in the terms of a warehouse function, for inventory checking, it could save hundreds of thousands of time, like, you know, all of like 100,000 minutes, like just being able to correlate all of your stock. So in terms of that, then yeah, it revolutionized. But in terms of that hospitality, and I know who are we to comment on hospitality? We're just an IT distribution firm, but we all go out and we all eat and we're all consuming. We're all consumers. So if anything, we're the best ones to comment on it. Maybe, who knows?
I guess it was during COVID it became really big, didn't it? And then it didn't really knock down after.
It totally did. Yeah, it did, because nobody can touch menus or anything like that. So it really did excel.
Yeah, that was when it was really good, and now people have just continued to
They've continued to be lazy. They've continued to be like, oh yeah, just like, where's the menu? And they're like, oh, there's a QR code on like your table number. They haven't even bothered to have their own separate table number. They've just put a QR code on it as well. You know, like you can't even. It's like it's just when you've got a chance to make an impression, and when. I'm not sure about you, thanks, but whenever I go out and if I try and be my best customer in every sense, in the terms of sales, like for example, if I'm going out and buying like a particular, like a night of clothing or a device, or if I'm working with somebody in sales, I will try and be the best customer for them. Being someone from in sales, I know what it's like. So when I speak to if I'm having like a meal and I'm really impressed with the service and they've gone it through the menu meticulously with me if it's that kind of place and I want to learn about the specials or something like that, and they've advised me and they said, no, I see you've gone for that, but can I recommend this? I will go out of my way to make sure that person is recognized and that they've made an impression on me and it's known, because that for me it's all about an impression. And I'm a sociable guy and I can understand not everyone wants a full-on chat with their roast on a Sunday. I get that, and I understand that there's not always a place for it, but perhaps the QR has robbed us of that. Perhaps it has.
Kelly's actually asked, is the pen compatible on all tablets or just the iPad? But no,
it's good. Yeah, predominantly most iPads, so you're safe to use the JLC.Distribution. I would of course check with us to make sure we need to do our checks, because there's always new devices emerging, but it should work just fine. Yeah, and it's a great product, and I really it's come a long way. Shout out to Josh as well. Josh Singleton is one of the sales guys here. He actually found this product, and now we're working directly with the manufacturing as well. So we distribute directly from manufacturing. This product comes into us, and then we distribute to the resellers. We don't rely on anyone else. We buy directly from manufacturing. We can brand this as well. So should you want your company branding on it, we can do it, no problem. Because if it was another vendor and they wanted their logo on it, they'd probably say, no, you can't brand our product. No way. You have to order 1,000, maybe 10,000 before you could even touch our product. Our MOQs, depending on what it is, but for example, this one is 100 pieces, and you can have this branded as well for a very small cost. But I won't go into that because that's like a whole pitch within itself, and we can brand this as well, but certainly won't go into that. That's another piece.
One question on the keyboard: can you get different like country keyboards on those?
Yeah, of course. So yeah. Of course, it's not just us, not just the UK. We can get we can get German, we can get France, we can get French, we can get a lot of most European countries. We can get. Depending on the quantity as well, because the quantity may vary as well. A lot of these keyboards, you got to be careful with them. A lot of them, they come with US, not UK. UK and US has a different layout. It's only slightly, but on the US you can't get the Great British Pound. Well, you can, but you have to be a bit tricky with it. So you've got to press a few buttons. So, but we do of course do all of ours UK layout as well. But it's a good question. And certainly one that we need to consider, because it's not just us in the world, is it? There's a lot more other countries out there. Certainly, if we want to grow and expand into these other territories, we need to consider these other languages as well. But yeah, it's a good question.
James says, which is your favourite currency?
My favourite fiat currency, James.
If you have no bias.
None of them. I think all of them are designed to fail. I think fiat currency as a whole, they will. Probably if I take us back to the gold standard, the fiat currencies as a whole, I don't think they're going to succeed. I think they're always going to increase in value, because as long as governments can print more money, then we're all going to be in trouble. So I'm not sure if that's a conversation for this channel, but I said it. You asked me what my favorite one is. My favorite one is gold. It is gold. It is silver. It is things that are limited to this planet. So and that's not including Bitcoin as well. And that's probably another story, because they say it's limited, but that's probably another story entirely. My favorite fiat currency, though, to answer your question, it's got to be the US dollar. It's holding us all up right now. It's holding us all up right now. But you've got to respect the Great British Pound as well. It holds a lot of strength, and it opens a lot of doors as well. Certainly when you're traveling around the world, if you've got a Great British Pound, you've got a tenner, that's going to open a hell of a lot of doors for you, because it's worth a lot around the world. So yeah. Probably in order, probably US, UK, and then but between me and you and the viewers, it is gold all the way.
James agrees with gold.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's going to be the one. It's going to be the one that we're all going to lean on. But like I said, that's the story. That's my own opinion.
Can that keyboard case be branded?
Of course. Most of our products can be branded depending on quantity. Our quantities will vary. For example, this one, I would say we could probably do it for about 150 units. We can brand that with your company logo or whatever you want on it as well. We can brand this as well. We can brand most of our products. That is what sets us aside, guys, with most of the distributors out there. Most of the distributors I deal with vendors, they won't offer branding because they won't want to put that brand on their product name. Whereas with us, we can allow that, and that gives us a USP because we deal directly with manufacturing.
Another question back to currency from James. Do you have any views on the euro and your opinion on the fact they have a €500 note?
I mean, that just gives you an inkling on where you think they're going. Whether you think they're going, their inflation is through the roof. You've got places. I mean, again, these are just my opinions, but I think the euro is going to struggle for sure. It's probably going to follow the same way as other fiat currencies. It's going to overinflate. It's going to hyperinflate. It's going to become you're seeing that you're getting so much variation. For example, I went to Greece the other day, the other week. Greece, again, a lot of the places they just don't accept. They just accept US dollar. A lot of the places because they don't believe in the euro. Turkey as well. They'll just a lot of the places they just only accept Great British Pound. Yeah, they won't adopt the euro. They've got too many main countries not adopting it and not backing it 100%. Yeah, I think that's my opinion. Yeah, that's my opinion.
James says, "Is Greece great for holidays?"
Greece is great for holidays, James. It is good. You've got to remember there's a lot of islands around there as well. So you've got to pick an island if you'd like just to stay in one, and yeah, absolutely. But you've got to remember you've got to move around. It's like a couple of hours between. Greece is a very good holiday, but you're relying heavily on public transport or your own method of transport. I would definitely recommend getting a scooter because every time you want to hop in a taxi, it's like 40 euros, regardless of the destination. It could be 5, it could be 15 minutes. It's going to be about 40 euros for the inconvenience of them coming out and picking you up. But yeah, great holiday destination. Mykonos, Naxos, Paros. We went to all the islands. Santorini is probably my least favorite. That might be an unpopular opinion. Santorini, my least favorite out of all of those ones. Mykonos was nice. Went to the old part of Mykonos, not the other part, Central. Mykonos, the old city, was absolutely beautiful. Paros as well paid homage to Greece's authenticity of like all local produce as well. That was good. This is like turning into a travel show. It's only because I've been there recently. Yeah, and Naxos, Paros, again, amazing islands, very big as well. So a lot to do on the islands. What we got now?
Where's been your favourite destination you've been to in the last few years?
Got to be Italy. Italy was amazing. Although Italy I'd rate very highly. Easy travel, easy transport. It just got like one like toll road that like gets you everywhere. You know, like from Rome all the way up to where are we going? In like Florence. That was it, Florence. From Rome all the way to Florence was beautiful. Rome, fantastic city, great food. I mean, you've got the coast as well. So not just Santorini. We went to a place called Maiori as well. Maiori is beautiful. It's about 15 minutes on scooter from Santorini, and yeah, it was just magnificent, you know. And again, once you're in, we found that once we didn't even stay in Santorini. Like all the tourists, you basically want to go where the tourists go. Like you want to go where the tourists don't go, because I think the tourists, the flock, just absolutely ruin it because all of the local pricing just goes up because naturally the footfall is going to be a lot higher. You're not going to experience authentic Italy or authentic wherever you're going, you know, Greece, whatever, just because you've just got an array or like an overflow of just tourism. It just ruins it.
James would like to know if the water's cold in Santorini because we've heard it is.
I think it's absolutely freezing. It is freezing, yeah, because I don't. Oh no, you're testing me now. I think you've got like one of the. Yeah, no, I'm not going to go into it because I don't know enough about it. But yeah, it's really cold, man. It's really cold. You're just surrounded by it. So yeah, it's not going to be. It's not going to be. You got another question?
No, there is that. James just said the views look insane in Santorini.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people go to Santorini because they flock to it. You know, they want to go to those, but it's not all those views. Like it's a very small part that's those views. You can't get those views. You're going to get those views in a certain place of the island. So yeah, and it's just crazy trying to get there. And then once you're there, it's like you're queuing for a photo. It's like one of those ones, you know, on Instagram you see like really picturesque photos, and then they turn the camera around and there's just a queue of people.
Bali was like that.
Yeah.
It was pure just for Instagram.
Instagram, totally, and it ruins it. Do you know there's a queue on oh, come on. Was there the top Mount? Oh. But there's definitely something in what you're saying for sure. Where is the queue? It's in like
where in Bali?
Like no, like one of the tallest mountains to climb. What is it? I'm
not sure.
Matt, what am I? I'm completely gone blank. We're going all around the world. It's like, anyway, it's a very dangerous mountain to climb. And until recently, very few people had actually done it. And now there are queues of people waiting to take a photo at the iconic spot. It's not Kilimanjaro. It's one further than that. It's going to be one higher. It's like, I don't even know. Basically, it's dangerous to be in the queue. You're literally dying because the air quality is not what we would survive in. I can't remember what the name is. It's so silly. Like, it's obviously I'm gonna remember it as soon as the camera's off. But yeah. I think. Do you know what? I think there's actually a bit of that. There's something to do with that, because obviously we're talking about QR codes ruining the interpersonal experience. We're talking about tourism and ruining the experience of going out. And I feel like there's something in that. Like, and the question is, and this might be a question that we leave on, is hyper reality ruining our reality? And I think that's
Black Mirror.
And I think that's a question that we're gonna have to leave on. But I've enjoyed this, guys. Thank you. And there's probably, I don't know how many people are in this.
It's been quite hard today.
Yeah. Okay. Great. All right. Well, thank you, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Let's create some hype.
Tomorrow is Operations Wednesday, so Luke will be on with.
We got our guy Luke on. So Luke is going to be our operations guy. We're talking about the operations of the business. So and probably some other things, maybe hyperinflation. Who knows?